Let's go! What's up, y'all? It's your boy Super Barbie Sampson with another banging video. Hey, check this out. I love when these guys come in for simple transformation. The reason I call it a simple transformation, it's not really simple, but you know, anybody who has seen him, who has seen him for the first time, they would think it was a simple temper tape. Okay, but here's a young guy who comes in and he just says, I want it all off. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I am tired of my hair. It's never acting right. I'm conditioning it every day. I'm doing whatever it takes. And I said, apparently you're doing all of the wrong things. So he comes in, shows me a picture of what he wants, some IG picture of what he wants. And he says, can you please just cut it all off? I'm tired of it, and I want it to look something like this. I said, something like this or like this? He said, yeah, pretty much like this. Okay. What I'm going to be doing in future videos, I'm going to be actually showing what people coming in asking for. This was the last video that I think I did that on, but I think I'm going to start doing that so people could see what people are asking for and what is it looking like when they come get their haircut. Okay, so you know, he comes in, he says, hey Samson, I just want it all off. So as I'm cutting this young guy's hair, I'm thinking like, is he really putting stuff in it? Because his hair was so unmanageable, right? But you know who I am. I'm a super barber. So first thing I'm thinking while I'm cutting his hair, you know, most times when you're cutting somebody's hair, you know, when you start cutting it, you're like, okay, well, we're gonna cut this guy's hair, and hopefully we're gonna get it to lay down the way we want it to lay down. But as I'm cutting it, the first thing, he has slight wrinkles in the top of his head, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta do something to kind of figure this out, to straighten this out, to make it look the way I want it to look. And one of the first things I do, I said, okay, I gotta cut it all even. So when it comes to haircuts like this, especially when the hair is unmanageable, I just go all the way in. I don't use a grain. I try to get it as even as possible, as you know, to the length that they want it, which means that because he doesn't have like a wave pattern, he doesn't have a brush pattern, he doesn't have any of the above. So the first thing I do is cut it all even, right? The reason that I do that is because I need to see an even pattern, because especially at the top, he has like slight wrinkles at the top of his head. In between those wrinkles, it would make it look like that is uneven. So what I had to do was I had to get all in between those wrinkles at the top of his head and try to cut it down as even as possible, and just get the hair. The main thing that I'm trying to do is get the hair to lay down. So before I even go through the process of getting the hair to lay down is I say, okay, well, let me do the haircut. And then I could go back in, and whatever is laying down correctly, I could go back in and blend it in and fade it in the way I want to. So the first thing I did was I faded it in the back, and now I'm doing the temper tape. This is really, that's why I called it Simply Amazing, because this is really a simpler haircut, but it's really not, because a lot of barbers don't go through the whole process of making this guy's hair look the way it should be. So I've seen so many haircuts where they would give this guy the fade and they would leave it like this, right? Shape them up, and then they would leave it like this. And what I mean by leaving it like this is they will not go further to get the hair to lay down. They would not go further to make the hair look the way it should look, right? And how does the hair should look? Like, if you want to be all natural, this is the way you want to make it look. That's fine. But I just don't believe that in today's society, not too many people want their hair to look the way he has his hair looking. Most especially young men, young teenagers or whatever, most of them, they always want their hair brushed now, unless they have the mop look. If they don't have the mop look, then it's usually like this is what they're getting, like low haircuts, fades, waves. The waves are in the 360 waves, and a lot of guys are trying to figure out how to get their waves. There's so many videos, and I think I've got a video where it talks about how to start your waves and how to get the waves going. So after I get it all even, you see it, the haircut is so simple. Like, normally I probably would have been shaping it up and faded in, but I'm doing something different now. I'm putting in some Samson leave-in conditioner milk, and what I'm doing is rubbing it in. I'm massaging the scalp. You see in between the wrinkles. I got that way deep in his hair. And then the first thing I'm going to do is, before I go any further, is I'm going to start putting some dry steam on it, right? I am making that hair lay down no matter what he says. I'm getting some dry steam. I got my milk in it, and I'm laying it down. And I don't know if you can see it, but you'll start seeing the curls. It starts to straighten out. His hair is starting to straighten out. It's starting to lay down, right? Because I'm telling it what to do. And sometimes in these situations, you just gotta tell your hair what to do. So you have to figure out, are you control of your hair, or your hair is control of you? So right now I'm putting a hot towel on. I'm just getting that hair to be manageable, right? And I'm not trying to soak his scalp. I'm just getting his hair. I'm just talking to his hair, and I'm actually speaking to his hair. It's like, hey, listen here. I know you haven't been taken care of in a long time, but there's a new sheriff in town, and we got to get you to lay down the way we want you to. And you see what I'm doing? I'm using old school Royal Crown hairdressing. So I'm just using some Royal Crown hairdressing just to kind of give it some sheen, some oil. And that hair, if you look at it right now, that hair that's it. And he was like tripping. He was like, so this is all I have to do? I said, yes, sir, this is all you. So I don't have no dry steam. You don't need no dry steam. He said, all you have to do, I'm wiping off all the excess, because his hair, the way his hair is holding a lot of water, and is holding a lot of the milk, the conditioner milk. So I wiped out all the excess, getting it nice and dry, and this is it. This is it. So people are trying to say, like, there's so much more in a haircut than just giving your client a quick fade, or giving your client a temper tape and spraying them with some coconut oil sheen and kicking them out the chair. There's so much more that you can do, and to make yourself valuable. 1,000%, no barber ever treated this young kid like this young guy, right? This young man, right? Nobody ever treated him like this. He's never had his hair taken care of like this. Now, this was basically like a 40-minute cut, 35 to 40-minute cut, right? I probably could have done this haircut in maybe about 20 minutes, because this is really a simple cut. But you want your simple cut to be more than just a simple cut. You want your simple cut to be amazing, right? So here's what I do love about when people come in and show me Instagram haircuts, is I get the freedom, if I want to throw some enhancement on it, right? Because when I throw enhancement on it, it gives the same look that he showed me on Instagram, right? And so you see I'm using the new Andis clippers. And I love these clippers because they do exactly what I need them to do. They don't do anything extra. They're not too sharp. They're not too dull. These are definitely hitters. I did adjust them slightly with Rich the Barber clipper adjuster, and with the one-step adjuster. I really love those adjusters because that was the first time I used them. I always adjusted them on my own, and I just kind of got tired of doing it on my own. And this made it like textbook easy to cut. Now, if you see the wrinkles in his hair, but his hair is laying down, right? I was really talking to this young guy, even though I know he had his eyes closed, but he was just so plain. He was just like frustrated. He was like, when he came in, he was like, he said, bro, I'm just so tired of the way my hair looks. And he was like, if you see before I cut it, he was really trying to get the look of what a lot of the young guys are getting with the temper tape on the sides and their hair just fully out and get it sponged. And even when he would sponge it, it would not look right. It was not giving him the look that he wanted. Here's what I had to do. I had to make it look right. I had to tell that hair what to do. I had to tell and command his hair to lay down. And yes, I used some slight products, some more natural products, and besides the Royal Crown grease. And here I am, and I'm just throwing a little enhancement on it. And where those wrinkles are, it's hard to get those wrinkles, that hair to lay down, unless for you not to see his scalp, because the way the hair is like a lot of grooves inside of scalps with wrinkles in it. And we're gonna do another video one day with how to cut in between some guys who got extreme wrinkles. His is very light, but what's cool about it, his wrinkles kind of look like waves. So it kind of blends in with the haircut that he wants. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and lay his hair down. Now, mind you, he didn't ask me to do that. He just was frustrated with his hair. He didn't ask me, hey, can you put some dry steam on my hair? Can you put this and that? I decided to do that all on my own. Okay? So I just want to get you guys to see what a haircut can look like, even if you apply yourself and apply a little bit more TLC, tender loving care, to that customer. That customer will be a lifetime customer, because nobody has ever made this young kid look like this ever. And you see I put my trimmers on to take off all of the loose hairs that is sticking up. That's something that I've been doing for a very long time. And sometimes I'll pick up the trimmers. You see I got the hair, the clippers. You see the Mythics. There's some hairs that's just not standing up. And because he has the wrinkles in his head, I kind of go over it just to get every little nook and cranny out, possibly all of those hairs that are standing up, because some of those hairs are still disobedient. And I give him a regimen like a doctor. I tell him, hey, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to get this type of hair cream. You're gonna have to get this type of shampoo. You're gonna have to get this type of whatever. And I tell him all of that. And I said, go get your do-rag, lay your hair down at night. You're gonna have to pay attention to your hair. You can't no longer not pay attention to your hair. And that's basically it. And here's a simply amazing haircut. Something that is so simple, but not so simple. You could change something that looks crazy, and you could take it and make it into your own masterpiece. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to like this video. If you really like this video, you want to see more videos like this, just give your boy some love, and subscribe to my channel right now. Hey, and also add your comments down below. Put your comments and tell me what you think about it, what I can do to make this channel not just better, but how I can make my tutorials better, right? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. This is your boy, Super Barber Samson A. Until next time, holla. I'm out. Peace.
Let's go!